Battle Royal thing with the ECW guys and the WWF guys, you know. JBL, is that what you're talking about?
Well, first of all, you worked with JBL initially.
96.
In 96.
Yeah.
Any issues with him at that time?
No. Well, he didn't want to put me over, and I got nothing to do with that, you know, and went over and then did. And he told me, he said, I'm going to kick out. If you don't pay me, I'm going to kick out. He told me he was going to kick strong, you know, and he's a big, strong boy then. And he kicked out. If you go back and watch it, he kicked out and you wrestled. And I did the meat hook, remember the chin in the chest, and then hook, and to get it, to pin it. He kicked out of the first thing. It's roll through slam. Yeah. And he kicked out. And then I just, best I could, and because he was kicking. But he told me he was going to, you know. And, you know.
Pretty sure you could out wrestle him in a shoot in those days, anyways.
Yeah, but you know, but guys were getting in his ear too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right, because you had heat against you, as you said, right?
Yeah.
And he was working his way up in the politics.
Yes. He'd been there longer, of course, than me. He'd been there maybe a year.
Right.
Already. Yeah. But after that, I never had any problem, you know, and we worked a few times after that and worked, never did, and we're all right, we're cool.
So back to that one night stand, could you give us the long version of that night?
That with Bradshaw in that, there was heat there. We had the hardcore homecoming thing that Shane, Jeremy Borash, Bob Ryder, and those guys all put together, the ECW guys in the arena, Raven and all them, you know, and that, and Shane booked me on that, and then Dreamer called me a few days later and booked me on the WWF one and said we could do it. Yeah, okay, and everything. And the WWF guys didn't want us there. The WWF, you know, the brass kind of, you know, all the, you know, just didn't, and it was friction kind of, and you could feel it. And I thought I was cool with John, and I'd heard his radio show a few days forward, and I put him over. I said, good stuff that he's talking about, you know. And he was real up on everything, and he'd been drinking, and we were out by the ring, and you know, we were going to do that Battle Royal thing, and we were getting bad vibes, and like they were going to shoot on us, and we didn't really know. And Vince had talked to us and talked like they were going to go with the brand, and we were going to have jobs, you know. And I just got back working full time, and had not been working full time since about '02. You know, and just doing other things around it, you know. I'd bounty hunt repo cars, actually, you know, and I was doing some shows, you know, and I was just glad to be there and have a job, you know, and I was like, all right, you know, and I could tell they didn't, you know, and they didn't like it because the hardcore thing, they thought it was going, you know, and of course their spot, you know, and but he was going to open ECW back up. He didn't do it till a year later, but we're out by the ring, and they have to do the thing where the rehearsal thing, and they come and do, and that big, remember Matt Morgan? Yeah. Great big guy. They have him. They all come up on us trying to kind of almost punk us, you know, not really, you know, but, and somebody goes, is this going to be a shoot on? I was like, I don't know, man. Guys, be ready for anything, right? And big Matt, you know, I'm like looking at his chest, and I like went, I said, you'll be a lot of help to your mom. You're full grown like that. And I said, you know, he played football, basketball. I knew Jimmy liked him. And he looks at me and he goes, do something that I do, and I tell you, nut shot me, and that made my way might get out of there. He didn't, you know, he didn't have no problem with us, and a lot of them didn't, you know, it kind of started up. Well, John, we're outside of the ring, Chris Chetty's standing beside me. John's talking, and some of the agents are over there, and some of them big boys, you know, Tom Coe and Matt, and some of them other boys, you know, a lot of, you know, they had a lot of big guys in. And John said, he was kind of drunk, he said something, this, other, that, and do. They get cute, don't hesitate to and like that. And I went, okay, that's cool. I said, there's a two-way street to that, man. I said, number one, I was kind of joking. He wasn't joking.
Yeah.
And so we got out there, and so I guess something happened. Meanie had said some stuff about John being a bully or something like that, and I don't know. I didn't know all this, but all I saw was in the ring, and it was intense during the night. You didn't really know what was going to happen, and the crowd was live. And John was a champion, I guess, then, and had a ton of heat, and he ragging on the ECW thing and all that, and you didn't really know what was going to go down, and you really didn't. And it was intense when we all went and did, but I just saw him waffle Meanie out of the corner of my eye. I thought, what the fuck is going on? He just plowed him. I mean, from behind, man, hit him in the back. And Meanie had staples in his head from like a night or two before that at the Hardcore Homecoming, a chair shot accident, and Meanie's blood just went everywhere. So I just go up to him and go, what the fuck, John, what's going on? And he goes, fuck you, man, bam, kind of rabbit punched me, right? And when he get him, I'm like, God, I'm like, bam, I come up, not like regular, like you know what I mean? I was under him and caught him in the eye and got his eye a little bit, and he goes, oh fuck, Floyd, like that. He always called me Floyd, and so I went on from him, and after that, when I broke off from him, he goes, come back. I said, I'll be back. Fuck you, man. I can't. Kind of, how it is.
Yeah.
And I look over and Regal Steve was doing something. I go with balls and Axel, and I go, hey Steve, come on, maybe you're safe. He goes, oh, hold on, mate, they got a spot. And he turns around, takes his cane, goes out of the top with that's his spot. So I go back and I see balls and Axel wailing with John, and Sandman come up behind, looked and come up behind him and got him from behind. And when he did, I got shots on him, body shots right there, right? Pretty, put him in there, pretty good,
Yeah.
And it was, everybody was kind of, and then happened in the ring, left in the ring, all that did. He popped me back, and everything. And they got him out of the ring, whatever happened. Go backstage, and John was legit pissed off. Meanie, I remember going, he shot on me, man. You see that? What the fuck? He goes, thanks for helping me. He goes, God. I said, yeah, you don't know what's going on. I go, what the fuck's going on, man? I can't. He goes, I don't know. He goes, I think he's mad because something I said about him on the shoot interview or something like that. So we come back, and John was pissed off. The agents were talking. Johnny Ace was screaming, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. And we got in the dressing room, and Johnny come back up and go, Meanie, what the fuck's going on? What brought all that on? All that. I kept my mouth shut because they'd said we were going to, he was going to open up ECW and we were going to have full-time jobs. I was like, great, heck yeah, man, I'm down. And I didn't say nothing about it because, you didn't want to get heat with the office, and I didn't want to be unprofessional, you don't want nothing. And then I started getting off the internet, remember MySpace?
Yes.
Was going that, I was getting stuff off that and just off the internet, period, and I didn't want to say anything and do. And then I come across somebody said something that about me and him and that, and then something goes, well, nothing will ever happen out of this because Tracy Smothers ain't nothing but a bitch. Remember that? And that's what I thought, oh really? Okay, cool. I knew I wasn't going back, and I didn't know what it was going to be when they had the ECW thing, which ended up a year later, and you didn't know if that was going to happen or not, But if I had to, I'd fight him, whatever. But I think he's still mad about it.